Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss. My name is Priscila Apriliana, and I'm from class 336A07, and my student number is 332200083. And today I want to present about communicating with students. Communicating with students means using clear, respectful, and supportive language to connect with learners, delivers instructions, and build strong relationships. And then, why it's important? Because builds trust and respect between teacher and students, helps maintain a positive and productive classroom environment, and then prevents misunderstanding and conflict. And then the last is encourage students to express their thoughts and emotions. And then this is for the types of communications. The first one is verbal communications, and then the example is giving instructions clearly and asking and answering questions and giving back feedback. And then the second is non-verbal communications. There are eye contacts, facial expressions, gesture, and tone of voice. And then the last of types of communication is written communications. There are notes, instructions on board or screens, and then digital message. Example Google Classroom, WhatsApp group, etc. And then the next is effective communication strategies. The first one is be clear and concise. Use simple words and short sentences. And then listen actively. Show interest when students speak. Don't interrupt. And then be respectful. Use polite language even when correcting students. And then give constructive feedback. Focus on how students can improve. And then use positive language. Focus on what student can do. And then the last is check for understanding. Ask questions to confirm students understand construction. And then this is how to improve communications. The first one is call student by name. This gives the impressions that the teacher cares about them. The second is encourage students to ask questions. Create a safe space to ask questions without fear of being wrong. And then use light humor to lighten the mood and gain attention. And then show empathy to understand how students feel, especially those who are experiencing problems. And then the last one is use technology wisely, such as making announcements to digital platforms. And then this is the part 2 for solving the problem. Problem number 1 is destructive student at the back. And then the solutions, the first one is use proximity control, like walk near the disruptive students while teaching to keep them on task. And then use clear and firm rules from the beginning of the class. And then use nonverbal signal like eye contact or hand gesture or to remind them to behave. And then assign them tasks or questions to keep them engaged. And then the last one is privately talk to them after class to understand the reason for their behavior and give warning if need. And for problems number 2, for Zivana's provocative behavior, and the solutions, first is avoid giving him attention in front of the class. This may encourage him more. And then the second, use individual behavior contracts to set expectations and consequence. And then speak to him privately and express concern, not anger. Reward positive behavior if he improves even a little. And then involve parents or school counselor if the problem continues. And for the last problem, teaching and conflict among students. The solution is teach students respect and empathy through classroom discussion or role plays. Establish clear rules against bullying or teasing. Have a classroom agreement where all students promise to be kind and respectful, and then give students time to express their feeling in a safe space, and then arrange team building activities to strengthen class unity. And then the last one is monitor group dynamics and separate students who often argue. And that's all for my presentation today. Thanks for attention and sorry for the mistakes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.